Gonna say anything else, Bentley? I wonder if he does say anything. I don't. Okay, maybe he doesn't. This happens. I love how it has like sword sounds. Let's see if I get a trophy for that. And let's unlock it. And we are good to go. Let's see. But yeah, it's a similar story for Sly Cooper and Jak and Daxter as what happened to Crash Bandicoot and Spyro.
That blimp looks like the most secured location on this boat. If Raleigh's really as smart as his police files suggest, then that's where I'll find him.
Wonderful idea, but your plan is flawed.
Why?
Because it's impossible to get near him. To access Raleigh's blimp, you would have to sneak through that high-voltage power tube. To do that without getting electrocuted, you'd have to destroy that power generator. And to do that, you need 2 more of Raleigh's treasure keys, which are heavily guarded.
Interesting. So when are you gonna get to the impossible part?
Fine. But I warned you. I've marked the areas you need to hit with holographic markers. Follow them to your objectives.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. It's your funeral.
Anyway, you know what? He's about to talk again. I might as well be quiet for now. Like I said, there's gonna be a lot of talking.
Wow, you found a lucky charm. That'll protect you when you take any damage.
And there's about to be talking coming up here.
I see, chaps. My heartiest congratulations to you all. The Storm Machine has sunk its 50th ship last night, and Luke has already been unloaded. Our operation is moving along splendidly, with the possible exception being the gross negligence displayed below decks, and I demand the boilers stay at full pressure at all times. If you lazy, lowbrow, technically incompetent pack of gutter snipes did your jobs right, we'd have sunk 100 ships by now. But of course, 50 boats is a fine, fine achievement. Carry on, my boys, carry on.
Anyway, so yeah, it's a similar story with Sly Cooper and Jak and Daxter for Crash and Spyro, because whenever they went Crash and Spyro went multi-platform after after they were done with Naughty Dog. Well, after Crash was done with Naughty Dog, there was one last PlayStation exclusive Crash.
Hey, Sly, you can adjust the game camera using the right analog stick. And to bring the camera behind you, click it.
Anyway, these are the flashlight guards you gotta watch out for. Flashlight ones are a little more mean, but you can... These are the ones you actually have to sneak up on, in a way. Obviously, now, they could be in broad daylight, and they still need their flashlight. But, anyway. But, yeah, but, like... Sly Cooper and Jak and Daxter never went multi-platform, though. Like, they just stuck with PlayStation platforms. So, after they were done with their companies, Ratchet and Clank somehow managed to still be made by Insomniac Games going forward. I'm trying to think of one that would be best to start with. I mean, it doesn't really matter, just, Anyway, let's hear the talking again. I think. Maybe not? Huh. I guess not. So usually he bitches something about the wheel here. Now in the second game, Onward, where they have a hub world, but the whole level is the hub world. It's just a lot bigger and, you know, all that stuff. In this game, it's levels. Like, it's just different sections of the area, so, and they count as levels.
Better close those furnace doors. Jump and press the square button. That'll slam them shut.
Okay, Bentley, that seemed a little louder than usual, but... Let's see. Friend of mine on Instagram said, likes to... she,
Eureka! We're in the engine room. My analysis tells me that if you trace the spinning crankshaft all the way back to its source, you'll find Raleigh's treasure key and sabotage his machine while you're at it.
So there's a, oh yeah, a friend of mine on Instagram says, or like she can imitate Bentley pretty well. It's really funny.
Remember, Slide, hold down the circle button near the blue stealth auras to perform super sneaky thief moves.
If you want to find her, her name is Clean Wallaby on Instagram. At least as of this recording, if she changes it in the future, you know, that's probably going to be different, a little more difficult. But as of this recording, her name is still Clean Wallaby. Alright. Sometimes there's like a bunch of coins there, and times like that, there's not. Let's see. So yeah, in like the second game onward, it's like, you know, second game onward, it's like, whenever you have to be stealthy around any of the guards. There's small guards, there's guards that call other guards, and then there's the flashlight ones, which are the most powerful. But you know what, we'll talk about that more whenever we get to the game at some point. If and when. I mean, my current plan is, because I'm playing this, sometime in the future I do plan to play Sly 2. I just don't know for sure when. I usually sort of like to spread it out a little bit. The only reason I played Spyro 2 right after Spyro 1 was because it was a little bit of a different situation, so I just I think I've already explained it before, but that's why I played Sonic 06 right after. It's the same reason I played Sonic 06 right after Spyro 2. Which at this point in time, I am still uploading videos of. I'm finally done with editing and having them ready to be put on YouTube, but I'm still editing, or I'm still putting videos on YouTube of Sonic 06. I've actually gotten done with Crash 2. Like, the day I started Crash 2 is the day that I already got done with it. And, boy, I'm barely missing those. I almost wanted to hit it just to, you know, just to mess around. There we go. But yeah, it's a, oh yeah, there's that, I haven't used that yet. That's the triangle dive that we talked about. So yeah, I'm gonna be done uploading videos of Crash 2 before I get done uploading videos of Sonic 06, even though I finished Sonic 06 before Crash 2. That's partially because I was able to beat Crash 2 pretty fast. I didn't 100% it, but I beat the story, so, and that's far enough for me for now. So in the PS2 version, this used to actually flash the whole screen. Like, it would still show a little flash thing right there, but it flashed the whole screen, and, you know, like it was actually taking a picture and you were just seeing the light just flashing. But I would imagine that probably didn't go over too well with some people with epilepsy and stuff. Not making light of that, but, you know, I would imagine that was one of the reasons, so they had to take that out. Unless it just didn't translate over well with the PS3 and Vita versions of the game. I actually do like playing this on the Vita. It's a fun little like this is a fun short little platformer. It's similar to Spyro 1 in a way, where it's like you collect-a-thon stuff, like you can speed run and get a lot of it done within, you know, you don't have to backtrack as much. Not as much. I mean, the only backtracking is while you're still in the level. And usually they're short enough to where you can get to it in time. Anyway, here's what happens if you try to...
Remember, you can't open this vault without finding the rest of the clues.
Still doing that.
Remember, you
Okay,
can't
I get
open
it,
this vault
Bentley.
without finding the rest of the clues.
Now, if he starts repeating things, I'll interrupt him. Or, you know, I'll talk over him. But yeah, if you don't like hearing my voice as much, just like hearing it occasionally, you've come to the right set of videos. I probably won't be talking as much in these parts, so, you know. Lava. I don't know. Let's see. So, depending, what I may do is I'll play this part. I'll play the first section of this game, and then stop, and then do the next part of the hub world. There's 5 altogether, so if I do it this way, it may take a while, but oh well. What I'm talking about, you'll see what I'm talking about whenever we get there. As you can imagine, most of the time spent in most of these, like, these are some big levels, some of these, but most of the time spent on this will be the talking and the cutscenes and stuff. If you're able to skip those a little more, which you can if you can't skip it if you haven't heard it yet.